78.2%. Now, it's a little bit confusing because we get two rates. One includes progressed learners. Progressed learners are those who maybe failed the first time, were pushed through the second time to grade 12. But that is the benchmark one that we're using. Let's include those progressed learners, 78.2, even higher if you exclude the progressed learners. But as far as I know, this is the best result. It's on a par with 2013, which was the best result since 1994. Now, after 2013, South African matric results dropped, and basic education has basically saying that's because of the standardization. We moved to CAPS, a globally used standard of education. The Department of Basic Education now saying we have a world-class curriculum. We have very good examinations. The universities look at these exams and say they are of a high quality. And now the pass rate moving up once more. So this is all good news. You heard Peter there talking about the Eastern Cape. That is the best performer. The Eastern Cape improving by more than 5.5%, by 5.6%. Its pass rate 70.6%. So that is a very big jump for the Eastern Cape, always one of the worrisome provinces in South Africa. It's only now Limpopo that is below the Eastern Cape and below 70%. They're on 69.4%. There were many disruptions in that province, as the minister alluded to, and we'll talk about some of those issues. Top of the class is Gauteng. Incredible. 8 of the 10 top districts were in Gauteng. They achieved a pass rate of 87.9%. 87.9%. That, if I recall, is basically an A+, up by 2.8%. And we'll be speaking to the minister very shortly. We'll also be speaking to the MEC of Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi. But let's get a view now from the South African Democratic Teachers Union. MUGWENA Maluleke, the Secretary General of SADTU, joins me in the studio just on the sidelines of that matric results announcement at VoterWorld in Midrand. Mr. Maluleke, thank you for being with us. Your first comment.
Welcome, and thank you for having us indeed. We welcome the results and want to congratulate the class of 2018 for doing so well, but also congratulate the teachers for working 7 days a week in helping the student, in particular in the Vemba region, something that we normally don't mention, that teachers don't have family time because they have to improvise. They've got to ensure that they build those connections, build human connection, and ensuring that our children get the best they can. So you congratulate them.
Indeed, and you're talking about the Bembe region in Limpopo, where there were a lot of disruptions. Just tell me what you know about the challenges for those teachers, for those students, in an area where schools were burnt down.
The challenges in that particular area are enormous because what happened is that they live under intimidation, they live under threat, fearing for their lives, because if they go to schools, they don't know whether their houses are going to be burnt down, and obviously they don't have enough time for them to be able to prepare. However, what they were doing, they will then use makeshift classrooms and move from one area to the other to ensure that those particular learners and those teachers are able to attend to their work and attend to their classes and so forth. So clearly it is that the community in around those particular areas are making it very difficult for our learners to be able to access quality education that is uninterrupted. And therefore, we think that the performance that we see from that particular area, it's something that is like a miracle, because despite the fact that there will be those particular challenges, we always see that particular area performing better than the other areas.
Yeah, it's below 70% for Limpopo as a whole, though. Yeah. Have you done all you can to say to those communities what the minister was saying? Burning down schools, that affects many young people who need an education in this country.
We have done what we can. We have been working with the faith organization. We have been working with those who are responsible for moral regeneration, in particular Father Mkachwa and his team, to ensure that we say to the community, it cannot be accepted that education is seen as a target, when education should be seen as an investment in the lives of our people. And therefore we see it as being a target, because everyone who wants to achieve a tarred road must burn a school. Everyone everyone wants to see better services, where there's housing, you target the school. So it has become a target for social problems that we are experiencing. So what we'll continue to be doing in 2018 is in 2019 is to continue to engage the chiefs and the king of that particular area and everyone else to then say, can we work together in ensuring that education must always be a priority, and therefore we cannot afford to disrupt the lives of our children, the future of our children, when we want to achieve a particular goal.
What would you say about the Director General's earlier comment on this platform, saying that we have a world-class curriculum, we have very good exams, but South Africans are still struggling to find out why we aren't achieving much more in education, which receives so much money? He says teaching standards.
Yes, what we are seeing is that we are building on what has been a disastrous education in terms of the training of the teachers. The teachers were not trained in the same colleges, they were not trained on the same curriculum, they were not given the same resources. So we are still dealing with the systemic problems. That's why we will have got to work hard to ensure that we achieve a world standard performance for our children. However, we beat ourselves too much because with all these particular problems, with all the lack of resources in our schools, our teachers are improvising. There are learners who have never seen a laboratory. There are learners who have never seen a library, and therefore they are still able to pass. And these are the areas that we need to build on. So therefore, to say that we spend a lot of money in education and we're not achieving what we're supposed to achieve, we need to do a better analysis. A better analysis is that not money is not spent on the teachers. Not a lot of money spent on the children.
Okay, so teaching standards are crucial. I'm going to stop you there because we will address this issue with the Minister. She's going to join us shortly. Thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Maluleke, Secretary General of SADTU. If I ask you, sir, you can leave. The Minister will get settled here in the studio. And for those who've just tuned in, let me see if I can recap some of the major results from the Matric class of 2018. The pass rate, 78.2%, not seen since 2013. That's up by 3.1%. Last year, the pass rate was 75.1%. Shortly, we'll speak to the Minister, Angie Motshekga. Now, when she came in to office, the pass rate was at about 60%. So we've seen generally a progressive increase. After 2013, a little bit of a wobble, a new standard, the CAP standard being used, and the Department of Basic Education saying that that is a world-class standard. Our curriculum, the basics are there. The curriculum is good at the moment. So maybe we'll see an improvement year on year, but certainly this is something to celebrate because it hasn't been seen since 2013, and that was the best since 1994. And as I said, when she came in, the standard of passes was much lower. There is a bit of debate. Umalusi checks the quality of those passes. It has been moving some of the marks up, other marks down. Some questions from the DA about that, saying, are those standards being manipulated? Technically not. Umalusi saying that what it does is make sure that the exams from this year match the exams from last year. We're still waiting for the